Good morning guys, welcome to my YouTube first video of many. I've wanted to start a YouTube for quite a while now and we're finally getting it done because this year is doing things that are challenging and put me out of my comfort zone, and this is definitely one of them. So here we are. I thought no better way than to take you guys into a bit more of a glimpse of my life. So we're gonna go through a little bit of a day in the life and a Q&A as well. I got you guys to ask me some questions, so later on in the video I'm going to be answering those. I'm also still trying to work out this camera. It's so buzzy. I'm still learning how to use it, but ignore all those dishes in the background as well. Those are going to be sorted out later. Almost 8:30 in the morning. I've just finished almost an hour of steps. I try to get an hour in every morning. That puts me at about like 5,000 to 6,000 steps. And now I'm going to make me and Marvin's breakfast and we're going to head to the gym. So for Marvin's breakfast, he's getting 90 grams of cream of rice with some whey and some blueberries. I'm going to take you guys along, but on the menu at the gym today, we've just got an accessory day. So it's pretty much just arms, a heap of bicep and triceps, and then a little bit of abs at the end as well. So we're currently finishing up week 7 in prep now, which the past 7 weeks have gone so fast. I've been absolutely loving it. I've been loving the structure, my meals, training, everything. It's been great. The biggest things I've found is that obviously brain function is quite impaired, but it's questionable whether that was there to begin with. I've definitely been finding it harder to like speak, and my motor skills, like picking stuff up and working out like keys and stuff like that, that's definitely taken an impact. I feel like very tired in the mornings, but then once I train I'm okay. And then just having to pee all the time, every night, at least 1 to 2 times a night. To be fair, it's not that bad, so I'll take it. I also just realised I've got so much cream of rice all over my sports bra, oh my gosh. So we're going to get ready for the gym. We try to get to the gym around 9:30 because it's just before peak hours and we can still get machines pretty easily. So we're going to train. I've got some posing and then I'm going to come back work, and then this afternoon we've got a friend's barbecue, which is going to be super fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to an early night because last night we went to the beach and I didn't end up having dinner until past 7:30, which being in bed at 9 is just way too late. And then the night before I had yoga, which means I don't get home until like 7 o'clock again. So I'm really looking forward to having a bit more of a chill night. We've been watching Spider-Man, so hopefully we've got a few minutes left of that. We can finish that off as well. This isn't fully cooked yet. I don't know if you can see it, but oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And like, if you know me, you know that my favorite thing in the whole world is anything chocolate flavored. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So to finish off Marvin's cream of rice, we've got the ESN whey, and this protein powder is some of the best protein powder I've ever tasted in my life. I'm not just saying that either. Code EMH at checkout. I think it's called Leon's. This is like a cereal they have in France. I've never tried it before, obviously, but it smells and tastes amazing. They've also got an almond coconut, and that one is hands down the best flavor I've ever had. But unfortunately, we don't have too much left. Here's Marvin's massive bowl of breakfast with the chocolate cream rice and the whey. It almost gives like a, hold on, let me look. I think it's called a hedgehog slice. Yeah, hedgehog slice smell. And that is one of my favorite baking in the whole world, so I'm so jealous. Okay, so now for my breakfast, I'm going to go in with 40 grams of oats, and then I just mix this with protein powder, and I've got a banana as well. It's so crazy to think that when I was doing CrossFit, in the mornings, I would have 80 grams of oats with peanut butter, protein powder, and berries, and then I would have a bagel with cream cheese and jam, and then sometimes an up and go as well. And then now bodybuilding, my breakfast is 40 grams of oats with a banana and protein powder. But don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for this breakfast. I absolutely love it, and it actually fills me up and keeps me fairly full throughout my sessions.
What is up, YouTube?
What is up, YouTube? I think I'm doing it with the face tracking thing.
Oh, thanks for my breakfast, babe.
That's right, love.
ESN code MH. Make me rich, guys.
I've already given it. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Double drop in there.
What?
Well, yeah, there's a massive dead cockroach on the ground. I'm
Yeah.
not touching it, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
That's not my job. I'm just a girl. It's literally alive. Ew. No.
What do you mean, no?
Pick it up and chuck it outside.
I don't pick it up, chuck it outside.
Don't smash it on the walking pad. That was one of the biggest cockroaches. Is it dead? Yeah, it's gone now. So for my oats, I put in my secret egg whites, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. And now I'm going to go with my protein powder because unfortunately I'm not a sponsored athlete. So I put this on myself. Not yet. One day again. That is the hard thing about Bali, is that you can't really receive sponsorships. I haven't been a fan of banana until now, and I love it. And then we've got our 100 grams of banana. Oh my gosh. Ooh, these stringy bits are actually the worst. Right, and then this one goes in my off-cut banana peel for later. That's disgusting. Well, I wasn't really expecting that to be over 100 grams, so this goes back in the fridge. And this is our final breakfast. So we've got oats, egg whites, protein powder, and banana. I can't believe I forgot what that was. I've had it every day. Okay, gym fit check. We've got shorts from Impact, matching sports bra, Define compression tee, heel turn, the Sebum long sleeve, Young LA track pants.
Thanks guys for watching.
We're back home from the gym. That was such a fun session. I always love my Saturday accessories, doing some buys and tries. I'm just now home getting some steps in, if you can hear the walking pad right now. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to answer some questions, and unfortunately I forgot to get the tripod attachment, so my arm's going to get quite sore holding this camera up. I got you guys to ask me some questions, and I only thought it was right to kick things off with some gym questions. People have been asking how prep's been going. So prep has been, again, as I was saying this morning, it has been so much fun. We're currently finishing week 7 now. It's been an absolute blast. Like, as I said, I'm loving the structure. My meals are amazing, and we've got a really solid routine. And it's really cool now to start to see like the lines coming through, delts coming through, quads coming through, that kind of thing. So that's been really cool. I honestly wasn't sure what to expect going into it because I've never done anything like this before. But yeah, absolutely loving it. And then on that note, I've had the questions, what shows? So we're planning on doing season B. First show is planning on being Ice in Queensland, so that is at the start of October. So I believe, again, like 23, 24 weeks out from there, and then we'll see how we go from there. I'm just gonna swap my arms over because my right delt is getting the biggest pump right now, which is kind of sick. I've been getting some questions about how do I get into CrossFit, how do I get into bodybuilding. Actually, I can't hold it in this hand because I'm not gonna get my steps on my watch. Oh my gosh, okay. I started CrossFit when I was 14, almost 15, and my parents got me into it to help with my BMX racing. My parents wanted me to do something else, and we had some friends that did CrossFit. I watched some of like the games documentaries and absolutely loved it. So we went in, did my first session, and then from there it was just game over. I absolutely fell in love with the sport. That was about August 2018. I remember the dates. And then in January, February, I had my first competition, and then from there we're away. I was lucky enough to compete in a few national championships, did a few Taurian pros, one in the teen division and one in the team division right before I moved to Bali. And then when I moved to Bali, I guess my training environment changed up a little bit. I went from being able to train with my friends and my teammates and this really competitive environment, and also weather-wise was very nice, to now being in Bali where it's like 30, 35 degrees, it's so humid. There's not really any competitors here. You have like a few games athletes and are really high-end athletes that come and go, but there's not that like set training environment. So going from that was quite tough. And then I think over time, I just stopped doing CrossFit for the right reasons. I was doing it out of being scared that people were going to judge me for wanting to change. I was only training because that was my only identity. So it took quite a long time to actually allow myself to be like, okay, we don't need to do this anymore if we're not enjoying it, because it had been my life for the past 5 years. It's all kind of like I'd ever known. I put 110% every single ounce of me into the sport, and to allow myself to step back from it was huge. So from there I moved into High Rocks. I did 2 High Rocks doubles races, and then I was training for my pro, oh my gosh. I was training for my solo debut. This is my brand in prep, guys, oh my gosh. I was training for my solo debut, and I actually ended up getting dengue, which I think that's how you say it. If you're not sure what dengue is, it's from mosquitoes, only certain mosquitoes though. I actually don't know the exact time I got it either, because mosquitoes don't normally like me, but pretty much one day coaching, I just went from 100 to 0. I coached over like 3-4 hours. By hour 2, I was like having to lean up against the rig. I couldn't even stand. And then I tried to go home after that. I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. So went home, and then from there I just slept, and I was just an absolute wreck. I was bedridden for 3 weeks. I was in hospital for a few nights because you're like, blood platelets drop, and so once they drop past a certain level, they ask you to come in. And because I was by myself, I had no one to look after me. Although shout out to my parents, they said they were going to come over, and I was like, nah, I'm a big girl, I can handle this. Turns out could not handle it, went to the hospital. Long story short, I was out of training, proper training, for about 2 months. So what I did is, to get back into training after dengue, is I used bodybuilding or hypertrophy work, just to take it easy on the nervous system, ease back into training. And then one of the gyms in Bali called Undefeated, shout out to Undefeated, it's coming up my 1-year anniversary there. Absolutely love that gym. It's built by 4 IFBB pros, so you know that they've got it sorted. I got invited to Undefeated, did a training session there, absolutely loved it, joined up, and it was really cool because I had such amazing people, and I still do have such amazing people around me who helped me learn more about the sport and ease into this style of training. And people like, have you considered doing bodybuilding? You should try, give a show a go. And I was like, oh no, like I don't think I could do it. And especially coming from CrossFit, they're at different ends of the spectrum. CrossFitters tend to have a little bit of a negative light on bodybuilding, so it was something that I thought, oh, maybe down the track I could give a go. But I also love food. If you know me, oh my gosh, you know I love food. So that was mid last year, and I was like, okay, let's give this a go. So I started working with my coach in July. Shout out to Rach, she's one of my favorite people in the whole world. Her knowledge, her experience, just everything. I'm so lucky to have a coach I can put 110% of my trust into. And actually, no doubt about anything, I don't have to worry about anything. She just takes the weight right off my shoulders. I just have to put 110% in and tick the boxes. So shout out to Rach, she's the absolute best. Started working with her. We did a big cut from July to the end of November. I lost about 8 kilos, which was huge for me because I've never done a cut for that long before. And then from there we hit a maintenance while I went into New Zealand. I'm so sorry guys, this must be such a hard watch because my brain just does not work. And then from there we started prep, which is super exciting. Changing up from the gym a little bit, I've had some questions asking how me and Marvin met, which, to be fair, it was in the gym. Would you expect anything else? It's kind of crazy because he didn't normally train there. I wasn't meant to be training because I was sick the day before. That morning I woke up and something was telling me, like, you just need to go to the gym. You just need to go, like, just move. I'm just going to go in, just do something easy. Saw him downstairs and I was like, cool. But I was like, no, Abby, locked in for the session, just get in, get out. I went in on the bike. We'd seen each other. We kind of like cross paths through the gym a little bit, but both of us were too scared to say anything. I was in the posing room just finishing up, and then he came in and we're kind of forced to talk to each other for a little bit there, but it was like a very brief, like 2-minute conversation. I left back into the gym. He did some posing, and then I came downstairs and he actually ended up being there. So sparked up the conversation again, and we stood there and talked for an hour and a half. The poor guy, his food got cold. Didn't think anything of it. If it happens, it happens. The next day we had our first date, and then from there, the rest is history. We've spent every single day, every single night together since, and he is the absolute best, the love of my life, and he is the best person on this whole planet. And on that note, the French is getting better. Usually when I'm doing my steps is my time to practice my Duolingo. Marvin helps me as well, but we're definitely getting there. It's a work in progress. Next question is, what's the differences between living in Bali and New Zealand? So, great question, because lots of things are very, very different. I think one of the first things that comes to mind is the pollution for some reason. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm quite wary about it, but in New Zealand I definitely did take for granted the quality of the air, the food, the water, because it's like you'll drive home on my bike, I'll wipe my face and it's just soot. It's disgusting. The air quality and the quality of the nature, that side of things. The second thing is cost of living. So Bali's definitely not as cheap as what people think. The price has, oh my gosh, the price has gone up so much, especially the past few years. It is still cheaper than New Zealand, but there are a lot of other expenses that people don't take into account that do definitely add up. Oh, the biggest thing that people don't know about Bali is that you can't get things mailed to you and you can't get things imported to you. You can, but you're going to pay a very hefty tax fee. I mean, it's been great for the wallet because I can't online shop, but if you're wanting to buy, let's say $100 worth of supplements, you're going to end up buying $200 worth because you have to pay those import fees. Don't ask me why, absolutely no idea. And I think the second biggest thing is that in New Zealand there's a lot of diversity and a lot of cultures. Here is obviously tenfold, being like a holiday destination and an expat destination. I think one of the biggest things is the difference in cultures that has been really eye-opening. The way that different cultures handle certain situations and go about different things. I've been really lucky to learn so much about so many different cultures, but there are a few that Kiwis don't tend to get on with, I've noticed, and I think that's just purely because of upbringing, what we learn, like our values and everything are. One thing I've learned is that people have no idea about New Zealand, and trust me, I've been through this scenario so many times. They see me, they assume I'm from Scandinavia, I open my mouth, oh, you're from Australia, and I give them the, no, try again. They go, are you English? Nope. Wait, like opposite side of the world. They go, South Africa. Nope, try again. I don't know. I'm sorry, what? And then I say, no, I'm from New Zealand. They go, but that's like pretty much Australia. I'm sorry, try that one again. Absolutely not. I've had people ask me if New Zealand is a state in Australia, if we celebrate Christmas in New Zealand, if our power is run off generators, if we live in the bush. Like, they just assume that we all live in the bush. I wish. I love the bush. I love living on a farm. What else is, yeah, people here say some absolutely outrageous stuff. The next thing would be obviously driving the bike. Driving the bike's so much fun, and petrol costs me like $10 a week, so that's pretty sick. The thing that's weird here is that the things that are expensive here are cheap back home, but the things that are expensive at home are cheap here. So it's kind of like they've done a reverse, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, that there's like snakes and spiders and stuff here. Obviously coming from New Zealand, we're not used to that. So many lizards, snakes, and spiders. And especially where we are, we have rice fields surrounding us, so the amount of animals around here is actually crazy. Alright, back to some fitness. People have asked pre and post workout, what are your favorite meals? So currently in prep, and this is, to be fair, out of prep, this has really been the same. Because I train in the morning, I have my pre-workout oats, so as you guys saw this morning, and because right now in prep, obviously carbs are on the lower side, so we really like to front end the day with my carbs to set me up for a really good training session and recovery for the rest of the day. So my post-workout at the moment is pumpkin, chicken, eggs, zucchini, and my favorite, tomato sauce. If you know me, you'll know that I'm absolutely obsessed with tomato sauce. It is my favorite. Alright, last question because this video is going to be long enough is, how is the online coaching going? If you don't know, I switched from in-person coaching to online. I've been coaching in person for the past 5 years, I believe. I have just switched to online and I'm absolutely loving it. It's so much fun. I think one of the main differences is now I get to watch the progression over a longer time frame. Being in Bali, it's very transient and you don't get to have people in your hands for as long. And so you might get people for 1-2 sessions, or some people might stretch out to like a month, and that's been awesome to see that progression over even just a month. But for the main part, it is very short-term stay. So right now with my online coaching, it's been so cool to be able to see everyone's long-term progressions, not only physically but mentally as well, which is one of my favorite parts about online coaching. Like, it's not just giving a plan, giving a program. My favorite part about online coaching is actually teaching you stuff and actually rewiring your mindset, because I've done it myself, and it's, I don't know, I just find it really interesting and really fascinating how much your mind and your mental space has to do with everything in your life. I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna pause these steps for a minute and we're gonna make lunch. So here's lunch. We've got our pumpkin, chicken, eggs, and zucchini. Classic, we're back in the kitchen. It's time for meal number 3. I've just been doing some work and it's Ninja Creamy time, which if you haven't got a Ninja Creamy, definitely make the investment, because I can't open it. It's the best investment I've ever made. But what no one tells you is it literally sounds like there's an aircraft landing in your kitchen when you turn it on. Exhibit. This is how you know that 2 bodybuilders are living in the house, because look at the that's actually crazy. Look at the amount of supplements we've got. ESN Isoclear peach iced tea flavor, and it is insane. It makes your Ninja Creamy taste like peach yogurt, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. Here she is, the absolute beauty. If you're in a calorie deficit, invest in a Ninja Creamy, because the volume on this is insane. So I'm gonna eat this, and then in 7 minutes we're meant to be leaving. It's probably going to be like 15 minutes. We're going to head to our friend's house for a barbecue. They live in like the other side of Canggu, so it's about a 40-minute drive on the bikes. So I'm going to eat this and then we're going to get ready to go. It's my Uber driver, my Gojek driver I should say. Okay, let's go. I forgot to vlog because when we got home I was rushing to get my dinner done because it's already past 7:30, which going to bed at 9 is too late. So just finished up dinner. We've got 2 bowls here. I've got my veg. We've got some green beans, capsicum and zucchini. That's bowl 1. And then for bowl 2 we've got some pumpkin, chicken and egg whites, and then I'm going to chuck some sauce on this as well. And while we do this, we're just going to watch some YouTube on the TV. I've got 1 more meal for the day. But we just got back from the barbecue. It was so much fun. The sun was absolutely pumping there though, so we definitely got a sweat up, and I'm looking forward to a shower. Anything you'd like to add, love?
Thank you so much.
Final meal of the day is going down now. This is my absolute favorite meal. I've just got some strawberries with a whey drip. So I just mix my protein powder with water, mix it with the strawberries. Then I have been doing peanut butter, but I don't have much left and I want to save it. So instead, I've just got some peanuts on my creamy lid. We're going to get this down and then head to bed. How's your food, babe?
Very good.
Alright guys, that is a full day in the life video wrapped up. It's currently 8:30. I'm going to have a shower and we're going to get into bed because I'm absolutely knackered. But thank you guys oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Thank you guys so much for watching the first video. As I said, many more to come. So I will see you guys next time.